can simply swipe through it. So each image will be looking like you can control the going back or front using the swipe itself. So your content is fragmented. The whole content is fragmented. Programmatically, a view is loaded on the particular view container. So that kind of view previously was only limited to a gallery specific, for example, images. Right now, a content, any content can be fragmented, and we can have a view slider or kind of a paginated view we can give. So right now gallery is deprecated. I mean, there was a class called gallery which is not supported. I tried that, but I noticed 4.1 onwards it is not supporting. So I'm going to reproduce the gallery. I mean, you know that the gallery app which is there, how it is working. I'm going to reproduce the gallery using the fragment, and then you'll understand what is fragment and use the same fragment for our various projects hereafter. We will slightly move on to using the fragment. We can use the tab view, and we can various app like your what you call WhatsApp is also, you can move between different conversation like a paginated view. You can simply swipe and keep going in or maybe Hangout. There are various Skype, various apps are supporting layout fragmentation. So right now I'm going to reproduce the image gallery or maybe a gallery view using fragmentation. Then we can use the same fragmentation concept for other UI development as well. Most of the, the concept behind the fragmentation you already know, but the name is slightly a different one. So let me create a project. I'm going to say my image gallery, some name. I already downloaded a couple of images. This guy asking quite a longer time, so I'm going to keep the custom launcher icon also. You see, if you notice, this is a small utility tool which helps you to have your own customized icon or launcher icon for different screen resolutions. So you don't need to separately have a different sized one manually created by various image editing tool. You don't need to do it. You can use this. So I've already downloaded a couple of images from internet because I'm going to use this particular maybe some 8 images are there because my intention is to create a fragmented view using image, so it looks like an image gallery. Maybe I'll choose one as my launcher icon. So we choose this one, the first image. If you see, this has resized according to various resolutions, or maybe for HDVI high definition and ultra high definition. There are various screens Android right now supports. Shape circle will be a circle one, so it does a lot of work for you. We don't need to have an image editing tool in order to create a launcher icon. You can use this tool if your icon is ready. I think this is center. I want that. I really don't want that slight white space appearing. Okay, let it be. And I'm done with this. As usual, I'm going to go ahead with the fragment. I'll create manually instead of depending on this tool. I'm going to go ahead with the blank activity as usual and main activity. You have a various projects on various type of view set for your default project. You can easily pick it up and have your hello world application written for it. But having a better understanding will always be helpful. That's the reason I'm trying to choose a very basic one. Previously we had selected only activity. Right now only we are selecting something called action bar activity. So everything is done, and before doing anything I want to test. So as usual, a small hello world project, and this is the icon it created for me. So it is having circle one. Okay, so that's fine. I'm going to pull all the images to my project. So you can download those images from Google. As simply I downloaded some skyscrapers, the tallest building. So you can download from internet. It's on JPEG anyway, so it's for our testing purpose. I renamed it for my kind of easiest way of, I can easily call them. Okay, so few images I copied in my project. Now I need a fragment, a section, so that the section could be repeated. Nothing but a view. A small view could be repeated. In order to have a fragment attached to this activity, I would recommend use the fragment activity instead of action bar activity. Remember, fragment activity, make sure you import android.support v4 app1. So don't install, there will be another option also available right now. Install anything which is something specific to support. Reason is the fragment kind of activity or fragment itself was introduced after 4.0. That concept was not there prior to 4.0. So we Android later added support libraries. That's the reason the support library v4 something is coming. Say action bar was added after v7. Maybe it minimum supports 7 only. So right now we made sure I've removed the action bar activity. Instead I'm going to keep a fragment activity. Before I should have my fragment class created, so I'm going to create a new class. In this case something image fragment, because I'm going to display one single image. A typical class, make sure its parent class is a fragment. I'm making sure Android support v4 is imported. I may need a constructor so that an image can be injected, because the images are located in drawable folder. So okay. Okay, this is a constructor. Image is located in resource folder, always numbers. So integer and image. I need to implement one method which is defined in fragment, which is I will be implementing almost for all the fragment specific classes. That is called on create view. Means a fragment itself has some sort of life cycle. It has a slightly different life cycle, fragment activity. We will see them when we talk about in detail, but of course everything comes inside the activity only. But I am going to say that slightly a fragment activity has its slightly different activity life cycle that I am going to see. uh, I think the additional stuff itself, I don't need this null level thing, really not need it. It needs a view to be returned. Okay, I'll return a view. The view is right now for me is an image view, so I don't need it. So what I can do is I can programmatically add an image. We have already told you a widget can be called directly from XML file by inflating a layout. Remember, the layout inflator instance is available for you, but I don't see any requirement as of now to inflate from a layout. I feel I can directly call the image view. This guy require a context. The context is needed, mean I need to pass the context also. Okay. This layout parameter, in order to give a size of a image, I've already used such example before. Most of the widgets by default contains a linear layout inside. Match parent, I'm going to display one single image that to occupy the full view. Doesn't have. Okay. Just wanted to check. Set layout parameters, and I'm going to return it, so it is showing error. All image view, text view, button, everything comes from the class view only. So if I return image view, it won't say any problem. Yes, just need a view to be returned. Which image I want to display? Maybe set image resource. It is equivalent to src of image view. Setting it. So this is a very small example of a fragment, a section. By duly changing the value of image, I can reproduce it and same view with the different images. Previously, that's why I wanted to say I haven't. We have used gallery instead. There was a class called gallery which was doing the same job, but right now, Android recommends us to use a fragmentation because gallery was restricted only for an images. Right now, a fragmentation not only support images, it supports other views as well. So it is slightly extendable one. So we are doing something latest ones as specified by Android. Okay, so now I programmatically created image view and attached it. If you are not comfortable with this way, I'll also explain the other one. I can go if you want to keep image view within the linear layout, fine. Otherwise, if you want to directly have a single image view, because linear layout will give a extendability to not only have images, can also have allow you have a content. I mean some text view or anything. But if you directly want to have just an image view, you can directly select an image view as well. So some name it created for you and give a ID, some name. This guy will want content description. Okay. I can have it done in XML. So here, instead of this one, already we have an inflator. Inflate, thing, you know this already, we have used in adapter, list view adapter. So dot layout dot image view, root, in this case the view group container attached to root is false, and you can reproduce the image view and set the value image resource image. This is another workaround. This, the previous one programmatically create the image view, and the second one which is defined in a layout and we are inflating it and attach the resource. Any one which you feel comfortable, you can use it. I would recommend this one because since it is just a single view, the previous one is also fine, but sometimes our fragment may contain more than one content, or maybe more than one widget, saying on edit text, some button, and as I slide another view, some different list view, something may pop up. So I'm not sure a single view may be repeated. So in that case, this one is a recommended one, but this is also nice. Of course, I do not need context in this case if I use the other one. I think I better comment them instead of. I'll do one thing. I'll have a both container. I mean, what do you call it? Constructor. Anyone chooses. So I'll make it public. Multiple constructors can be kept in Java. So we can choose which one is better for us. Okay. So fine. The first one does not require context syntax. So this fragment has got created. Now I'm going to main activity, so I need to see how to implement the fragment in the view. Okay. Few things I need to do. The activity main, it's already contains some relative layout. I need a pager, view pager. View pager is another widget where your view could be paginated, be repeated. View pager, let me see if it is available. It is coming under support category. Okay, small hack for me because I cannot remember all the path. Okay, view pager available in this path. The class path, I need to know where the particular class is located. For that so what I am going to do, this is a custom tag. Remember, it's relative layout, everything is tag only. So since I do not know the path, I fully called it. So width and height, ID, I give page or something. I prefer this is enough. I don't want this relative layout and other stuff. If at all necessary, I am pointing everything to here. I'm going to remove everything. If you have more than one view, you can keep the relative layout. Since I do not have any other view, I'm removing that. Having relative layout, keeping the view pager inside the relative layout is not going to make any trouble, but view pager is programmatically going to be added. I don't see any requirement of having another layout. If at all any list view something comes below to it, you can keep it, otherwise no problem. So this is view pager, so I can format it. Okay, now initialize the view pager. View pager. View pager is going to hold multiple fragment repeated. It is same like a list view. A list view was repeating a view multiple times, but in a horizontal way, so vertical way, whatever, one by one. But in this view pager, of course, it is also going to do that, but one view at a time. The rest of the view will be under the stack. As you scroll it, the rest of the views will be displayed. So I need adapter here. I prefer creating my own adapter. Write it here for your better viewing. I'm going to name it as the image adapter. Name, I give it extends fragment state pager adapter. I just need some word called adapter. Fragment state pager adapter. Make sure it is imported from the support library, Android support v4 app. Okay, it wants a constructor. Okay, and still it wants some abstract method to be implemented. So this is a adapter which is required for a fragment activity. I mean fragment to be repeated. It looks like similar, but okay. Get item. We'll say name position. I'll make it, which is a. Okay. It's going to return the fragment. I've already have a image fragment. So what I'm going to do, okay, for your better thing, image fragment. Not necessary to be a global one. You can directly do it. The image, okay, I need array. Okay, array of images, private int. Dot toggle image 1. Since it is in the resource folder, all images will be referenced as integers only, numbers. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7. I hope it's there were some images. 8 images. So these are all the images going to be fragmented. So images, So every time when a scroll or some swipe is happened, a new image would be injected to a image fragment class, and that would be returned. Okay, and totally how many images you need to tell? Images length, because it's an array, so automatically 8 images we have. So 8 time I can slide it. So this is for image adapter. Now image adapter get support fragment manager. It need a fragment manager class instance. It's already there. So get support fragment manager will give you the instance of the fragment manager class. It is support fragment manager because it adds a backward compatibility. Okay, image adapter and pager set adapter. This will make sure your view pager gets an adapter which will have a views fragmented as you swipe the programmatically the new image will be added. Okay, looks fine for me. Let's see if any problem comes. Once we run it, it will come to know. I'm fine, I think. If you see the first fragment, first image is being displayed, I can swipe it. I can go ahead by simply swiping it. The fragment is now 8 images, so fragment done, and I can go back. So this is a before this is almost an alternative to a gallery view. Like before, the gallery was doing the same thing, but right now we are using fragment in order to achieve it. It is not only restricted to images. For this example, I have used an image in order to fragment, and as I scroll or as I swipe, the rest of the view is loaded. We are going to see a lot of examples like this. I mean, we are going to use a lot of fragmentation. A fragmentation can be extended to a level not only restricted to one particular image view, can be a complex view, different views also. For example, this view could be a form. By swiping it, you can see a list view. By swiping it, you can get back an image. Like that, you can attach a different fragment as you swipe it. If you notice, I think if you have Hangout application in your phone, I think Hangout is similar to it. If you see Hangout, I can, 1 second, some conversation. No, okay. I can swipe it, I can go back and come back some different views. So this, they have used a fragment here, accordingly looking like a tab also. So if you have your Hangout app, maybe your WhatsApp also. I don't use WhatsApp, I don't know how it is, but I've seen the WhatsApp also like slightly fragmented. So we can create those kind of views. Instead of having a back button, let the user simply swipe and go back and come back between the activity. So we are going to do some slight fragmentation for between different views also, and maybe we will again come back to action bar for customizing it. But I want to limit it to a small exercise for today, because since a lot of people are absent, so we can use a fragment for reproduce our gallery view or any view which require a fragmentations. So cut by cut, for example, which depends on the sliding. So we have used a support library because this fragmentation was added lately. So to add the backward compatibility, we are using the support library. So make sure you use the right imports, otherwise your application may not work as expected. And view also, so the view pager is located inside this particular path. So make sure you find the right path. and rest is similar. A fragment class, in this case I have created an image fragment because it is going to load a different image as it's being moved upon between the different fragment. So this particular class extend fragment, and one of the method gets implemented called onCreateView. There you inflate another layout or programmatically produce your layout, whatever it may be. You can use and have a different image view loaded every time it is swiped. So first time it will load the first image, second image will be loaded here, and that image will have another image, like that it will repeat. It is more or less like a list view, whereas the list view is a vertical format. This is, maybe you can assume it is a horizontal form, so it loads side by side those content. And it, since it follows a similar strategy, it also have a kind of an adapter. So that adapter we have implemented, and so we have customized it, and make sure it is the parent class be the fragment state pager adapter. And every time a new item is loaded, the new image will be injected to a fragment. This is a simple example for fragment activity and the view page. I will load the source codes to developer site. After the break, if you have a time, you can those who have already finished the previous exercise can start this one. Others, please make sure you complete whatever pending, then come back to this.